supraspinatus ligament. Tarsal vertebral junction. Trapezius. Paravertebral muscles. Scapular muscles. Spinous processes of the lumbar.
Good.
Step off deformity. Paravertebral muscles. Median sacral crest. PSIS. Iliac crest. Glutes. Ischial tuberosity. Greater choke cancer. Insanity.
Okay. Now we'll do active range of motion. So if you can, of flexion, so can you bend down and touch your toes? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put it at S7 and or C7 and S1. Okay, bend down. Okay, and that moved. It got bigger, and that's what it's supposed to do. Now, can you lean back? Perfect. Back up. Same thing. Going to do it at C7 and S1. Okay, lean back. And that got shorter, as it is supposed to. So now we are going to do rotation. So can you sit down? Okay. The fulcrum is going to be on the top of the head, and then the arms are going to be at the Komen process. So can you rotate and look that way for me? Perfect. And now the other way. Beautiful. Okay, look that way. You're going to go and keep it with the Komen process. Okay, come back. That is about 42. Now look the other way. And that is about 41. And these are supposed to be similar. If they are really off, then that means you have something wrong. Now we're going to do lateral bending, so can you stand up? Turn. Just like that. Okay. You're going to bring your right hand down your right leg and bend. Perfect. Now I can do it with the left. Beautiful. And then can you go to the right? Beautiful. This is about 15. Can you go the other way? Beautiful. And this is about 15 or 16. And again, these are supposed to be the same. If they are dramatically different, then that means there is something wrong. So now we will go to passive range of motion. So lie down on the table. Yep, knees in the hook position. And then for flexion, I'm going to grab underneath the knees, underneath the neck, and just bring them up. The ribs and ligaments are what these kind of limit. Extension, can you flip over? Put your hands interlocked behind your neck. Perfect. I'm going to pull up. Okay. That is the spinous process. Now for rotation, can you flip back over? Bend your knees. You're going to stabilize the opposite shoulder than what you are testing. So I'm going to stabilize that shoulder and pull this way. Perfect. And then just the opposite for the other way. And that's the facet, joint, and ligaments. Now we're going to do a manual muscle. So flexion, going to put your hand on the chest and then push up. Perfect. This tests the rectus abdominis and obliques. Extension, flip over. And then you're just going to put pressure on their back and then lift up. Beautiful. This is test the erector spinae group. Rotation, flip over. You are going to put pressure and stabilize the opposite hip. Push up. Perfect. Then you're going to do the other way. Perfect. And this tests the obliques. So now we're going to move to the test. And now we're going to spring test, so flip over. You're going to push on the spinous processes and see if it springs. This is positive. If the vertebrae don't move or if there's pain. And this is a sprain to the facet joint or hypermobility of the vertebrae. Now we're going to go to the Valsalva. So can you sit at the end of the edge of the table? And then can't really see. Can you take a deep breath in and then blow into a closed fist? Perfect. And then we're going to move to the milligrams. The Valsalva test is positive if there's pain along the spine back here, and that is a sign of a herniated disc or pressure on a nerve root. So now we're going to go to milligrams, so can you lay down? And then can you just do a leg raise and hold it for 30 seconds? If they can't do that, go ahead and back down. If they can't do that, that's a sign of a herniated disc or pressure on the nerve root, and that would be if they can't hold it for 30 seconds or if there's pain. Now we're going to Hoover sign. You're going to hold the back of the legs, ankles. You're going to ask them to lift one leg. Okay. And then if they don't put any pressure on the opposite leg, then what they're lifting, then that means that they were just faking it. They're not really hurt because they're not trying to use that other leg to push it off. Now we're going to do straight leg raise. Let's do this. You're going to raise it. If they have pain, you're going to bring it down a little bit. I guess to start, you're supposed to internally rotate, adduct, then raise it. If they have pain, bring it down a little bit, and then dorsiflex the foot. This would be positive when the pain comes back when you dorsiflex, and that would be sciatic nerve irritation. So now we're going to do the well straight leg. So it would be the opposite of the injured leg, and then you're just going to raise it, just straight leg raise, and if they have pain on the opposite leg, that would, if there's pain, then that would be like a herniated disc. Now we're going to do bowstring. So you're going to lift, and then if there's pain, you're going to bend the leg a little bit, and if that goes away, you palpate the popliteal fossa, and if the pain returns, that would be positive test, and that would be compression or tension of the sciatic nerve. Now we're going to do Koenig's test. This is when they're going to interlock their fingers behind their neck, tuck their chin, and then raise one leg. This would be positive if there's, do it again, if there's pain up here, and then they slightly bend their knee, and then that goes away. That would be a positive test. And that would be nerve root irritation. Now we're going to do stork standing, so can you stand? And then you're just going to be here to catch them so they don't fall. So can you stand on one leg and then just extend? Perfect. This is going to be positive if there is pain on the way you would do this both sides, and it'd be positive if there's pain on the weight-bearing side, and that'd be a possible interarticularis fracture. So now we're going to do the quadrant test. This is going to be kind of the same thing, but you're going to you're just going to be in the back of them. You're going to extend, lateral, and then rotate and put pressure. And then that is positive if there's radiating pain, and that would be a nerve root impingement. Local pain would be a facet joint pathology, and then pain over the PSIS would just be a dysfunction. So now we're going to do dermatomes. So if you can lay back down. So L1 goes from the outside of the hip to the inside, and that is for hip flexion. L2 is a little bit lower, and that is also for hip flexion. L3, a little lower, that is for knee extension. L4 crosses, goes down to foot, and that's for ankle dorsiflexion. L5 goes down in between the toes, and that is for great toe extension. S1 goes down the leg and then down to the pinky toe. That is for ankle plantar flexion. And then S2 goes down the back of the leg, and that is for knee flexion. So now we're going to do reflexes. So can you just sit on the edge? Doesn't matter. So L2 through L5 is the patellar reflex. So you're just going to hit right here, just like so. And then S1 and S2 are Achilles. So you're going to hit the Achilles tendon. And that is it.